Hello, guys, welcome to the channel. You see, a couple of people have complained about sabotage in their family, workplace, where they live, and let me give you a very bright explanation for this why this thing happens. A lot of people have some abilities that they themselves they don't know, but someone outside can detect that ability from miles away and know that if I let this person grow from 5 years time or 10 years time, this person likely might become someone very great. So they start taking decisions from their end, especially if they are someone who is powerful, someone in a very enabling position. They start taking decisions in their end to cut you a little bit, to disrupt your growth. And this thing appears in several ways without your knowledge. Have you ever wondered why some people they have a lot of money? When you tell them you want money to go and take drugs or you want money to go and drink alcohol, they are going to give it to you. But when you tell them you have a business that you want to invest in, they likely might not support. That's an act of sabotage. There are certain people who immediately you tell them you have a dream, an ambition, and you start telling them your ambition, it's as if they feel sad, they feel hurt, like they don't even want to hear it. See, those people can likely sabotage you. Now, see, if you really want to be happy in life, one thing that you should always do is to have your ambitions in your head and follow your passion. I had this friend who completed university not long ago, and immediately he completed, he wanted to read law. He did a different course in his first degree. So he wanted to read law. He talked to his family about it that I want to read law, so kindly support me. It's just a 3 year program. And afterwards, I go to the law school and all that. So it sounded like a good dream. So one would have thought they would just jump into it and get it done. Here's the case, it wasn't done. They started giving excuses. No, we don't have money here and there. I'm telling you the story so that you all judge how things went. Now, this guy just talked to them about it. They didn't mind him. He was like, okay, he's going to apply to a couple of schools and look for scholarship. So he searched for a school, got the school, and immediately he got to the school, he said that like he started applying for scholarships from the school so that he could go there and read the law. He was just there and he received a call from his mom that you have to send your CV to so and so pastor. He's looking for an employment opportunity. So if you send your CV, you get the employment opportunity and you start working. So this guy was like, no, I've started working on school scholarships and all that. So you let me focus on this one and do it very well because it takes a lot of time. You have to apply for scholarships here and there. And the man was like, no, 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 no. You have to send the CV. Send the CV to the pastor so that everything will be, you get the employment. It's also important and all that. I'm not saying employment is not important. But here's the case. Immediately this friend of mine sent the CV to the pastor. It took about 2 weeks. The pastor came back to their house. By that time, it's only the dad who was there because the mom had traveled. The pastor came to the house and started telling them that he has even gotten a better opportunity. He has even gotten something that is way better. And what it entails is the guy is going to travel and work outside. Now, who wouldn't like something like this? Everyone would like it. Now, it came at a cost. He had to sell a couple of things that he owned. That is his professional keyboard piano that he had. He had to sell it and sell a couple of things just so that they can foot the bills for this particular travel. So they started the whole process, selling the keyboard, doing this, going to the extent of buying stuff that they are going to use to travel. That he's going to use to travel. All right, all these preparations were going on. A year passed by. The pastor kept giving excuses. Oh, I'm sick, so and so, this and that, a whole lot. And then it was like 2 years later, he went to the dad and was like, this process is delaying. So can you go and check how authentic it is or whether something is happening or whatever? Because if anything, we pay the money. It shouldn't be like it is someone who has autonomy over everything because the person didn't, not even a penny of that person went in. So you have autonomy over everything. So you go and check. The dad was like, no, I trust this pastor, so don't worry. You just wait. So after several time of waiting, everyone got to know that this thing was a fraud. Now if they've called the pastor doesn't take the call. The pastor doesn't even answer messages and all that. But the pastor is online doing whatever he's doing. This friend says that particular thing sets him back for many years. It set him back for many years. Well, here is the case. He had his own life figured out. He had a couple of things he was doing before that pressure and all that kind of distraction came in. Now, here is the case. He has lost his passion, his dream life, what he actually wanted to do. He has lost the path. Even if he has to recover, it has to take some time. He can't buy a keyboard right now. He can't do anything right now. And his life is just going. He's aging. Now, listen, this thing called sabotage is what a lot of people are going through. Maybe you are watching me, you've passed through this particular scenario where you are doing something, you have a plan, you have an ambition, everything is going well, and you get some pressure from someone, you get some kind of obstructive, you get some kind of advice from someone, and all of a sudden, this advice tends to push you off from the dream, your ambition, whatever you are following. That is called sabotage. And you see, sabotage is not something that happens directly or whatever. It's something that sometimes the people even sabotaging you don't know that is an act of sabotage. There are two types, direct and indirect sabotage. Yes, that's when the person is aware or the person isn't. But trust me, a lot of sabotages that you experience are actually direct. Yes, that is when people can dictate that this person has an ability. But since I'm in power, I have to micromanage the person. I have to manage so that the person doesn't become more than me. So now you realize that if you want to take proactive steps to benefit your life, they appear to shrink a little bit. If they can support to make your life move faster, they're not going to do it. But if it's something that is not necessarily going to benefit your life, something that is going to take you some steps back, they are going to proudly step in and be like, oh, do it, no problem. For this one, we can support you. That is why I said there are friends who can give you money to take alcohol. There are friends who can give you money to take drugs and all that. But these same friends won't give you money to start a business, no matter how rich they are, because they know that you have an ability that can actually change your life. There is something that can make you go steps ahead. So if that is the case, then they have to cut down on the support. They have to reduce the support. Yes, how fast you are going, the speed has to be dropped through their inaction, through strategic sabotage. Yes, so this is something a whole lot of people are going through. Now, I want to tell you ways you can detect this sabotage early and ways you can tell that someone is actually in to support you genuinely. The first one is when someone appears to be not happy about your progress. See, a whole lot of people like announcing their good news to people, telling them, oh, I've gotten this opportunity. I am here now in life. What do you think about it? Now, you see that there are certain people, when you present an idea to them, or you tell them you have a particular goal, they tend to shrink. If they were supporting you, they will start giving excuses that as to why they can't really support you with that. And this is something a whole lot of people have experienced, but they don't really take a critical look at it. They just ease in, be like, oh, no problem. If the person can support, it's fine. But you see, support in itself is strategic. If someone wants you to succeed and you are doing something that can make you succeed and the person decides not to help you, well, at times they don't have the resources, but most of the time that support is something that can change your life. And if they want to sabotage you, they are not going to support you at that critical time. Yes, they are not going to sabotage you they are not going to support you at that critical time. So it becomes a strategic sabotage. Another way you can tell that someone is into sabotage you is, one other way you can tell is through inaction. What do they actively participate? What do they actively participate in? And what do they shrink? You see that when you were doing something that was going to benefit your life, they are nowhere to be found. But when you are doing something that is not necessarily helpful, they are out there. That is one way you can tell that someone is into sabotage. Now, the third way you can tell someone is into sabotage you is when the person makes simple processes extremely hard and strenuous. Now, you see, a whole lot of people have been in interviews and have been in all these processes. You see that you can get access to someone, the person can make things very difficult for you unnecessarily. But that same process, when it passes through another person, things become easy. I have gone to a place where I wanted access to someone, I contacted a person in concern, someone who can lead me to the person. The person started giving excuses. This man is not there. You wait a little bit. I'm coming. Or I'm doing a couple of things. I'll be back. A whole lot of things. So you see, I waited there for about 30 minutes and I contacted a different person. The one person who was just walking out of the building. Yeah, he happened to work in that institution. And I talked to the person and I was like, oh, I'm looking for Mr. So and so, but I've waited here for like 30 minutes. Can you please help me? This guy was like, no, no, no. Oh, you shouldn't have waited for that long. Wait a little bit. I'm coming. He went to that boss's room, contacted him and was like, oh, this guy is waiting for you. Can you please attend to him? He has waited for long. And he came right out to come and call me to go in. You see, there's difference. There is difference in approach. There is difference in priority. There is difference in how actively they are supporting you. There is always difference. Now, let me come back to how you can tell someone is in to help you, genuine support, or they don't intend to sabotage. That is, they make processes very simple for you. Things that you should wait, they are going to make it very fast. Have you wondered why sometimes you get access to certain people and things, processes, and everything become very easy for you, and your life appears to move faster? Yes, when you engage with certain people like that. I've gotten the opportunity to meet those kinds of people in my life, and they are not so much. I was going for something from someone. I didn't know the route. I had contacted a lot of people to be, oh, show me this place area. Someone wasn't doing anything. The person didn't really help. It was like, you keep going, ask another person on the route. Until I met this guy. This guy was even going to give goods. Like the guy sells some goods. Yeah, so it was in a big rubber. So he was on his way going, and I asked him, oh, do you know so and so place? Like, do you know anyone who lives there? The guy was like, no problem. Let me call one of my friends to take good care of my goods and let me go and show you the place. So the guy took my phone and contacted whoever I was going to and was like, where are you? Where particularly are you? And he was like, I'm at so and so place. Can you direct him to my place? The guy just stopped whatever he was doing, directed me straight to the place, and made sure that I have seen the person and was like, do you know the route back? Do you know how you can get back? That was a very, like, I had never seen that in my life before. I've never seen that for someone to just stop whatever they are doing, for someone to just stop whatever they are doing. But you see that this particular thing is the reason why a lot of people get ahead in life. It's when you get access to people who don't sabotage you. You can move faster. The other way you can tell is they are very active. They're very, very active. There is no way they are going to give excuses. Oh, why didn't you check this for me? Why didn't you do this for me? They're not going to give excuses that oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what came over me. Oh, I don't know why I did it. You see, all these excuses are not necessary. Things that could have been done should have been done. So why it wasn't done is a question for the gods. Yes, that is sabotage. So a lot of people have experienced this in their lives. And what I'm telling you is, if you want to be happy in life, you have to work with people who don't sabotage you, people who don't restrict your growth, people who don't do things through inaction or action to destroy your dreams. And always follow your dreams. If you want to be happy, follow your dreams. Don't be easily distracted. The name is Boachi, and this is the mode series. Mode means motivation and education combined. So I motivate you and I educate you about certain things in life. And this channel also talks about things that will make you happy, actual happiness in life. So if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, set up the notification so that you get updates on future uploads, because this mode series is here to stay. Thanks for watching. Till we meet again, stay safe.